In this video, I'll show you how to set your email configuration so your system can process emails, autoresponders, email broadcasts, and all the system emails. So you have the option here. So you go here to email configuration. You have the option here to set Mailgun, Postmark, Amazon SES, or any SMTP service. So in most cases, I usually use an SMTP service, but you can use any of these other services as well. So I'm going to click on SMTP service, and that's going to enable all of the other settings here. So I'm going to enter the host and the port. Usually you don't need to enter the encryption, but if it doesn't work, you can. So you're definitely always going to need to enter a username and a password for your SMTP service. Usually send from domain is not required, and URL is usually not required either. But if anything doesn't work, you can try entering these additional settings. In most cases, you'll just need your host, your port, username, and password. So after you've done that, you want to make sure that you set your from name. So this would just be your business name. And then for your from email, that's got to be something at your domain. If you want good delivery anyway, it's got to be something at your domain. And in most cases, the SMTP services will also require you to log into your GoDaddy or wherever your domain was purchased and enter custom DNS settings for your email so that it will be configured to have better delivery. They'll usually require you to do that. And you can get the steps to do that directly from whatever SMTP provider you go with. Now, the next thing here is if you want to have a default header image that's sent out in all of your emails, you can set that here. That's optional. You don't have to do that. If you don't want a picture to be in the header of all your emails, just leave that empty. And then if you want to adjust your email content width, I think by default it's 600. You can widen that or less than that, depending on what you want. And then this is just a little unsubscribe page. So you can see a preview of how that looks here if you just click that link. If you want to just leave that by default, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to customize this, you could go ahead and maybe add your logo here and then put in these text snippets. So right here, if you put in that, that's going to be their first name. That's their last name. That's their email. And then you just want to say something like your email has been unsubscribed. You won't receive any more messages from us. So you can customize this if you want, or you can just leave it by default. And just make sure you save the changes. And then you should be able to start processing emails through the system.